So a research done between 2015 and 2020, I think, stated that almost a billion people, that's around 900 million people, had plans of relocating from their own country to another country. And of the 1 billion, guess how many people really wanted to move to the United States? Almost 200 million. So like 20% of the world population would like to move into the United States. So it's usually like a very big story when you hear of people who want to move out of the United States to other countries. But before we discuss this or watch and react to this, please subscribe to my channel. Why? Because it is good to do so. And people relocating from the United States to other places in the name of opportunities tends to be like, isn't United States the land of opportunity? That's why we're going to watch this and see, is the actual difference between United States and any other country? Because this person here moved to China. Let's go.
For the typical American, there is a lot of confusion about what life is truly like in China. When I tell them how modern the cities are, people are shocked. When I tell
To that point, I think the only people who would be shocked that China would be a modern place would be, I think, Americans. I think they're the only people who would be like oh, so China is this good. Trust me, I lived in Kenya all those years and I knew how modern China is. They build our roads, they build our railway, they would come in there with everything. Even the person who would drive the earth mover would be Chinese. Like they would bring you everything. And when they leave with everything, they only leave you the road. Actually, I think in terms of infrastructure, they probably either rival the United States right now or beat the United States.
My name is Elise Lightyear. I'm 35 years old and I moved to China in 20.
Yo, you gotta give it to this. Like even the way she is carrying herself right now just shows you that she's at peace. She likes the fact that she moved from United States to China. She kind of making me feel jealous. Like I would want to move to a place that is there's lush. But again, I'm in Canada, so yeah, I guess I'm all right, if you ask me.
I grew up in the city of Ann Arbor, Michigan. After I graduated college, I moved to New York City and lived there for 10 years. I was working in reality TV production. I was tired of working 70 hours a week for 10 years. Being in my 20s, I felt like a 50-year-old woman. I was exhausted. I was living check to check, which sucked.
I'll tell you this. I feel like the work culture in some of these countries can break you. Like it's a system where if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. And when you don't get paid, you don't pay your bills. And when you don't pay your bills, off you go to the streets. And after that, it's just a downhill. Like everything just collapses and within no time, you're just a nobody. Canada kind of tends to have some sort of like cushion for people who probably are on disability or like I don't know about United States. I won't talk bad about them on that. I don't know what they do. But I know of a friend of mine who we are in the same class with, and she is in some sort of like I don't know employment insurance where she doesn't have to go to work, but she earns money and she comes to class.
One day I just woke up and it just clicked that this is not the life that I want for myself. I came up with this idea that I wanted to leave New York. I moved to Beijing in 2019 and lived and taught there for 4 years. Then in 2023, I moved to Chengdu and have been in Chengdu ever since. Say goodbye to my family and friends because I didn't know when I would see them again. I didn't know how we would be able to communicate. And
I'm gonna say that is usually one of the hardest things about moving abroad. I haven't seen my family in getting to 3 years. I only get to talk to them on phone. I don't know when I'll see them again or if I'll ever see them again. I hope I do see them again. They're my family. The only people I got So yeah, I get that. That's usually the hardest part about moving abroad.
I was scared of this 15-hour flight that I had to take. I
She
was
is
scared.
having a blast. Her childhood, where you see how she's skipping, eh? That she was really fed up with United States. She was really fed up with United States. She's living free now.
What food I was gonna eat. I was scared about this new career, about being a teacher. I was scared about making friends, but I was ready and I was excited, and I think my excitement trumped my anxiety and my scared feelings. Currently, I'm a university teacher and I work a total of 18 hours a week, 4 days a week, and I teach freshman first year university students who already speak English, and I teach them essay writing.
She is a
I take the
lefty.
subway every single day to work. It's really easy.
I have a thing for lefty people. First of all, I tend to think they're smart, which could, I don't know whether that's true or probably not. Actually, I've met lefties who are pretty dumb. Oh shit, sorry. But I have a thing for lefties. Like I just like them. Like if I see you write with your left hand, I'm automatically I just like you. Unless you don't like me and you, then the feeling is mutual. Fuck you.
This round trip subway trip cost me 2 UN, which is 28 US cents.
$3 in Canada. But the good thing about that is I get to ride for the next 2 hours. If I was going to some place and I can be back in 2 hours, then $3 will cover the trip to and fro.
Salary in China is 30,000 US dollars. 30,000 US dollars a year is poverty in America.
I
But
agree.
in China, I'm living large. I am
And in Kenya, you would not live large. You'd be living like a king.
for my 3-bedroom apartment with a balcony located downtown Chengdu, just a 5-minute walk from the subway. My rent is $556 per month, but my job pays half of that as a benefit,
Whoa!
which means I only pay $278 a month for my apartment. Welcome to my apartment here in Chengdu, China. None of this furniture in the apartment actually belongs to me. It belongs to my landlord. This is my living room. I love my living room. It's super cozy. I have this huge sectional couch that I just come to lay.
If you have this in Toronto, would cost you an arm and a leg and probably the other arm too. Because one of the most expensive things here in Toronto at this moment is rent. 278? That is utilities. I hope they fix the housing situation in Canada. Like everything else is kind of great. Just the housing. Just the housing, please.
This is my balcony that rarely gets used because it's either raining, super humid, or 97 degrees.
Well, I guess every other place has its pros and cons. Yeah, well, China is pretty cheap as compared to United States, but 97 degrees? Girl, you're getting cooked. You're already tanned. What? You're... I'll stop talking.
This is my bathroom. It's small, but it's effective. This is my wardrobe room. This is the 3rd bedroom, but there's no bed. So I've turned it into my wardrobe, closet, get ready space. My 2nd bedroom. I didn't paint it. It came like this.
That's beautiful.
And this is the master bedroom.
Where you sleep.
This is it.
Wow.
Let me show you the kitchen. It's pretty small, but I'm just one person and it works perfect for me. This is where I do my laundry. This is my washer. My apartment came with this really cool built-in feature where I can hang my clothes on this hanging line.
Yeah,
Again,
that has to be China. China has like this tendency to be create things out of nothing, things that would actually, under normal circumstances, ignore that you can do without, and then they'll create these things, and then you'll see how easier they make your life, and then you're like all of a sudden like, shit, why did I why didn't I ever think of this?
so other benefits that come.
One thing that of all the languages I could learn to speak, I tried learning Spanish, and it was not hard. Spanish is something I could learn. I'm still interested in learning it. Every time I try speaking French, I tend to think I'm gonna suffer stroke because it really sounds hard. I can't imagine trying Mandarin. I would probably my lips would just turn cold if I ever tried. So, but I guess maybe if I lived with them for a while, then it would just become automatic. I would hear of the same phrases over and over again as they communicate amongst themselves, and then I would be able to pick word or two. So yeah.
With being an international teacher at my school is I have free health care insurance. My job gives me, I think it's like $15 a month for subway fare.
And she doesn't even need a car. She has a bike, there's subway, and again, if you look at Chinese infrastructure, I think it's pretty good. Probably even better than Canada's.
Each month, I think I spend approximately $75 on groceries. I have
$75 a month on groceries. Baby, that is what you spend here. In what? Because nowadays, if you go shopping with $100 to buy groceries, you'll barely pick three things and it's already like 55. And you pick a third and it's 80. And if you had $100, you're done. You're going back home.
Aside from being a university teacher, I'm also a YouTuber, content creator, and with both of those salaries combined, the maximum amount I am able to save is up to $1,000 every month.
You're saving $1,000 every month and you live in China. Meaning by the end of the year, you're probably saving $12,000. I think that's pretty decent.
I feel completely safe as a woman of color. I just feel very at ease in this country.
China is a place that I would want to go to. As to whether I would want to work, that is a different thing. If it works for her, I think it would work for me. But again, you also have to consider the fact that she has one thing that I don't have, and that is the American passport. And out here, what I've realized is that there is black, and then there's American black. It just happens. I mean, it's a thing. I have to accept that. But the idea that people can leave United States for another country, considering that 20% of the world population would want to move to United States, like a man biting a dog situation. It's no longer like a dog biting a man. I mean, anyway, please comment, like, and most importantly, subscribe.